Hello, welcome to Boroky vlog number 3 with me, your host, Boroky, or Boroky, or Toby if you prefer. I'm going to talk about why I'm doing this a little bit. So it might be quite quick. Yeah, why vlog? A couple reasons. Before I say that, I'll just say a few things about myself, because that'll give a little context. So, I am 27 years old. I live in Paris, France, but I'm an Australian. I used to live in Sydney. Maybe I'll live there again one day. I am an artist, particularly a musical artist. A singer, songwriter, play piano and drums. I love painting. I love writing. Oh, I got one more thing that's quite important. I'm a psychology student. That's going to become probably more important, I guess. I'm doing my grad dip in psychology, so that's kind of like the equivalent to a bachelor degree. Grad dip is what you do instead of a bachelor if you've already got a bachelor. So that's me. Oh, and I'm a music teacher. That's quite important. I teach people how to play piano mostly at the moment, but it used to be more singing. And I also teach guitar. I have taught drums. And I really love that. It's a huge, meaningful part of my life that I tried to avoid for some time, and it turns out it's the most meaningful way I've found to make money so far that I'm qualified to do. But yeah, I'm doing this psychology study because I suspect that being some sort of a therapist might provide the same sort of meaning, and the study provides quite a lot of meaning. I'm a real meaning seeker. I'm an INFJ in the Myers-Briggs types. I can't remember. And those people, I think, tend to be kind of meaning seekers. We're trying to figure out a theory of everything all the time. Anyway, enough about me. Well, now I'm going to keep talking about me, but now I'm going to talk about why I'm doing vlogs. So I'm a big fan of Frank James, who's like a YouTuber. He does lots of great comedy sketches, but he also goes a bit... he started off doing intimate vlogs such as this. And so I'm pretty much just trying to copy him because I realized this might be a lot of fun for me. I might be able to learn a thing or two, because something I really desire is to get better at thinking and better at speaking. And this is, so far, has proved to be a great way, because I've already recorded 2, and in editing them, I've only edited 1, but in editing that 1, I really noticed I was able to see moments that I hadn't seen while I was speaking, where I really made some logical leaps, at least to the outside listener. Sometimes I'm actually very prone to this. I notice it as a characteristic of my thinking that and people remark on it sometimes. It's like, I'm either going real slow and get focused in on something, or suddenly I'll just leap. I'll think very quickly through a great series of logical steps, and that'll happen in the blink of an eye, and suddenly I'm somewhere else. And so to me, the things that what I'm talking about still seems to be connected and make sense, but I've skipped like 5 minutes worth of talking. And so I'm trying to learn how to sew my speech together a little bit better, so that people can actually see inside of my head, and I can seem coherent. I can really demonstrate things better, communicate better. Because what's better than that? I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson, who says to write in order to learn to think, and I've been doing that. But I think speaking, especially in this format where I can actually go back, speaking and recording it, so I can read back, if you will, and I can even edit. In fact, I will have edited this. You'll probably notice some jumps where I've cut out all the ums and ahs. Anyway, that practice, I'm hoping, will help me become better at speaking, because something a real dream I have is of speaking to some of the people I love to listen to. I'm a big fan of podcasts. I love listening to, there's a guy called John Vervaeke, who has a series called The Awakening from the Meaning Crisis, which I found amazing. As I mentioned before, I like Jordan Peterson. I like this guy called Jonathan Pajot, who's a French-Canadian icon carver, an Orthodox Christian icon carver. who has these amazing ideas about a symbolic interpretation of the Bible, and that's really, really exciting to me at the moment. I listen to one called This Jungian Life, which I adore, which is 3 American Jungian analysts all circumambulating a new topic every week, and I love that stuff. And all these people share in common the ability to speak coherently about really deep stuff, and deep stuff is my jam. That's where I like to live. And being an INFJ, INFJs stereotypically have a real issue with dealing with the real world, because we're so preoccupied with the deep internal stuff, and that's certainly me. I find things like bureaucratic stuff where I have to fill in paperwork, and things where I don't know, practical stuff. I actually enjoy it once I get to it, but if I have to, I don't know, replace the oil in a car or something, I'll put it off forever. It doesn't come naturally to me necessarily. Sometimes it eventually does. It comes in this bloom of inspiration one day, but probably after I've put it off for like a month, which is, in the case of oil in a car, actually probably quite dangerous. I don't think I've committed that particular sin, but other things like it. And when I talk about sinning, I use it to simply mean the missing of the mark. I think we're all sinning all the time, and I quite like it as a term, because it apparently comes from archery. That's what Jordan Peterson says. I haven't actually checked it. Actually, yeah, I have. Comes from, to miss the center of the target when you're doing archery. Anyway, that's a long ramble where you've probably learned a little bit more about me. One more goal of this exercise in vlogging is to try and connect with people I otherwise wouldn't. That's the reason I started doing these podcasts a while ago, is they're an excuse to talk to people I might not otherwise have an in-depth conversation with. And I want to extend that as much as possible, because I am an introvert, but I love people. People fascinate me, and I want to meet as many ones as I can. I've never met a boring person yet. So please, if you've got any questions, if you want to shoot me an email, I'll try and make that available somehow. I mean, honestly, like, I've got like 70 followers or something on YouTube right now. Like, no less, 55 I think was the last time I checked. Anyway, if you want to be in touch, I'd love to have a phone call or something. Like, there are few enough people likely to watch this at the moment, at least, that connecting is it's a very important goal for this. So please reach out. Let me know if you've got any advice, if you wanna collaborate. Like, if you're a musician or an artist or something, maybe we can have a conversation together, and I'll pop that up on this channel. Let's make community. And with that, something else I want to learn from this process is how to be funny, because I think I am capable of it. My partner Alice often laughs at my jokes, but she's probably the only one. Maybe people close to me, for people close to me, I am sometimes funny, but I would love to try and learn to incorporate jokes into my speech a little more, which I don't think I've particularly done in this. I've smiled, but that's not quite the same thing. Who knows? Maybe you have laughed. Imagine, but I haven't had being funny at the forefront of my mind, and I would really like to bring it there, because what a joy it is to laugh. And I'm a very serious fella. I am very preoccupied with important, serious things all the time, and I think the only way to communicate that stuff, maybe not the only way, but the best way to communicate deep, important, serious stuff is hand in hand with comedy, because comedy is not necessarily light, but to laugh is to relax, I think. And so you can relax into heavy stuff and go even heavier if you can also make jokes about it, I think. And God, I like going heavy. So I hope I can also laugh and help other people laugh. So that's what I'm going to try and learn in these vlogs. How to be funny, how to be coherent, and heck, how to be compelling maybe, or something. But mainly how to think coherently, and also how I'll be trying to solve problems whenever I do these talks. Once again, not to belabor my love of this man. I obviously have objections to. Probably don't agree with anyone fully. Anyway, Mr. Jordan Peterson talks about how when he gives a lecture, he these days at least, he doesn't necessarily know what he's going to talk about. He picks a question and he tries to answer it, and he kind of engages in verbal improvisation in order to maybe intellectual improvisation. He's got a lot of knowledge he's using, but to answer that question in front of an audience, and that seems to be very interesting, and he often makes discoveries that he might not otherwise have made. So it's kind of like the process of first draft writing, or second, I don't know, just yet. It's a creative process. So I'm going to try and solve some of the problems I have in my life, or some of the questions, some of the mysteries. I'm going to maybe not solve them, but try and make progress in them by making these videos. And so them's my goals. Them's be my goals. And them's be some info about myself. I don't know if I mentioned I was a musician when I said I was an artist. Yeah, I think I did. But yeah, I have several albums online, and also on this very YouTube channel. Although some people will probably listen to this as a podcast, because I'll be putting it out that way as well. So if you are, you could go to my YouTube channel. You could go to my Bandcamp. I've got 2 albums under the name Toby Graham, which are quite old now. I put those out long ago. The first one I put out 8 years ago. Wow. It's been a journey. There are 2 albums under Toby Graham, and then depending on when this is released, probably still just the one under Boroky, but I'll be putting it out an EP very soon, which is very exciting. And I'm sitting on a lot of material, so I'm hoping to put out lots of new music soon, and to perform it, and to build a media empire. That sounds a bit not quite what I want to do, but hopefully to build a community around my around the music, around everything I make, around these vlogs. And podcasts. I'm going to try and interview lots of people. I'm going to try and build enough of a community around them that hopefully my music can, come to a city near you, or maybe I'd come to talk or something. But I think I'm quite a lot better at musicking than I am straight up like verbal thinking. I really like doing this verbal thinking stuff, and I intend to keep doing it. So I hope you'll join me on this adventure where and I hope you'll comment about things you liked, or things you didn't like, or things you related to that I mention. So yeah, please subscribe to whatever, if that's possible, on the medium that you're listening on, or watching on. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, please talk to me. I want it, if you want a question explored by me, please ask it. I'd be thrilled. Let's free associate together. Be free with me, like with yoga with Adrienne. Lots of love.